journey, I have to say something today. I've been saying something every day. So now in this group, I have reasons to believe, start thinking, speaking, and acting in Eastern wisdom all the time, in your relationship with your honey, if the honey is not attending the session, to your honey, your mom, your dad, son, daughter, friends, not by saying that I am a teacher. wait, wait for that moment. Just we do the gossip. So add the Eastern wisdom into the gossip. Oh, this is the way. I think in this way. Just by saying, look, I have a thought. And if you reflect on it, if you think over it, if you feel like applying, it helped me. So maybe it will help you. Just like you have to start that. Why? Because your mind that lives in delusion will start living in Eastern wisdom. You're not a teacher, but you express. But make sure, check yourself that you are settled into it, you are applying it, people around you find that you are changing, then you can openly talk about it. Huh? Understand that. It's important now. Share the wisdom is the greatest charity. Our master says, my master used this, you share the wisdom which helps you to evolve, which helps you to rise in consciousness, which helps you to move into peace and happiness. It is the greatest charity you can do in life. But don't claim that you are a teacher. It also took me almost 10 years to reach to that state. When I I started advocating, oh, you have to do, oh, look at this guy, what he has done in his previous life, and now he's saying, do like this. Don't do that. Once you are settled, you are applying, people around you find that you are changing, you can openly talk about it, share that wisdom. It is the greatest charity. Why? It is going to help you to evolve also. Because now you can perceive, you can see how the world is working in delusion, and you can penetrate into it. Why you can penetrate? Because you are settled, almost you are settled into it. You remember those principles. So you can start talking to your mom, dad, your honey, son, daughter, but not as a teacher, as a friend. Oh, this is my view. This is how I have to, I think about it. Can you think about it? Well, come back to our topic. Can you see the sun? Yes, I can see the sun through the window. Window is at the back of my. Oh, so I can see the sun by the window. When, if I can put the window anywhere, can I see the sun? Look at the understanding our masters put. No. Can you see me? Yes, I can see you. How you can see me? Through the eyes. Oh, really? You can put your eyes also. We have already seen if we can donate our eyes to a blind people and they can see. Oh, so what do you mean? Eyes sees you or something else? Eyes sees you or something else. It is the consciousness behind the eyes that perceives, that sees. Eyes do not see at all. It is the consciousness or something deeper inside. Something deeper inside. So there is something deeper inside. We, in mathematics, we say you put it, oh, that is A. Find the value of A. It means there is already something of which we are aware. What is that? Find the value of A. So ultimately, When we say it is Om, when we say it is real self, it is the same thing. Are you getting it? We have yet to find the real self. But there is something behind my eyes, behind the windows. Windows cannot make me see the sun. Eyes cannot seize you. It is something behind it. So if I say real self, it's okay. Why you have a problem? That is the journey of a seeker. See another example. You have to constantly reflect on it, hammer your mind, hammer your intellect, and your mind will settle into that state. Where is electricity? Oh, light in the bulb, coolness in the AC. Okay? Huh? Air in the fan. Is it electricity? It is not electricity. It is a manifestation of electricity. I don't know what is electricity, but even then I explain it. I explain it. I explain. I know the eyes as such cannot see without the consciousness. So there is something. Eyes manifest that consciousness of perception. Ears, manifestation of perception. So if I use that term, it is the real self. I know it. No, I have to know it. I call it a real self. I call it a pure consciousness. And that is the journey we are undertaking. Are you clear? Or whether we say it is the Om, Om. Are you clear? Electricity manifests through the fan, through my smartphone, through my AC, through my heater, through my car. But it is not electricity, it is a manifestation. Manifestation through the lips, through the eyes, through the sense organs. It is only a manifestation. I want to know the real self. I don't know, but I want to know the real self. But I know something. There is some manifestation is there. So one thing is clear that there is something. How that journey takes place. And that is what we covered in the last session. So we have to, we have Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahana Vavatu. May both be blessed. My mind should be focused. Teacher and the student should be blessed because we are doing a self-discovery. We have a clarity that there is something behind this manifestation. Let the knowledge bless all. See that? So it means the teacher is also ready and the student is also ready. Sahanu bhunaktu. May we enjoy both. Teacher and the student should be full of energy, full of awareness. Terry was saying in the beginning of a session, I feel sleepy, and I asked that tell your maid, if your eyes are being closed, then tell your maid to put her hand on your head so that you should regain the energy. You are able to listen to it. So sahana bhunaktu. So teacher and the student should both be ready. So every time now from this session, we will repeat this. I'm just making you understand. Sahaviryam karva vahe, the third line, active participation. Oh, you are good. You have a long beard. You look like a monk. That's why I'm listening to you. No, this will not work. This will not work in the journey of self-discovery. Active participation. What is active participation? Your intellect should be ready to question the cause and effect. What the teacher is asking you. What is the teacher is teaching you. I should instantly relate it to the cause and effect. Intellectually, I should absorb and assimilate and digest the knowledge to bring about a change in our behavior and attitude. That is the beauty of the Eastern wisdom. Ma vidvisha vahe. May we not have any misunderstanding. May we not have any enemy. Otherwise, the teaching will not work. Communication is clogged. You see that? Never ever think that teacher knows more than you, because you are also real self, I'm also real self. But at the same time, I should have an active participation. At present, I don't know. The teacher knows it. That is the only difference. You see the beauty of this mantra. This is Mangalacharan in the higher journey. May we not have ma vidvisha vahe. May we not have misunderstanding, otherwise teaching, receiving and giving will be clogged. May we keep our mind and the intellect open, receptive. I do not understand. I will listen to it again and I will absorb this knowledge. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. 3 times Shanti. One Shanti to the unknown sources that I'm still not aware of it. Other Shanti is to the known world. And third Shanti is within me. Shanti is everywhere. A seeker follows the path. Oh, unknown sources, that is what I'm doing. I'm searching. It is journey of the self-discovery. I want to know the unknown. I have a reference. It is Om, it is real self, it is a symbol. Dennis is a symbol, Terry is a symbol, Jerry is a symbol. We should not become blind to it. The moment you become blind to it, the intellectual paralysis will take place. The mind will have an emotional dependence. And what will happen? That is the topic we have been talking about. The first topic, samsara, is suffering. Those 9 factors causes the delusion. Someone criticizes you, hold on, find out the delusion, and then start thinking, speaking, and acting out of the Eastern wisdom in that situation in order to get rid of the delusion. So the first group is, what we have learned, first group of 9 factors is, samsara is the suffering. Now see, compare this 9 aspects, 9 factors, 8 or 9 factors with this Mangalacharan mantra. No, I should be open. There should not be unexamined life. The foolishness should not be there. The scattered mind should not be there. Attachment should not be there. I should recognize the attachment. Recognition of the attachment is freedom from attachment for a seeker. So that it should not move to the emotional dependence. Thought should never come to your mind, honey, I love you so much, you don't love me. But yes, you should express your emotions, your affection. So, those changes will start coming into your mind, into your intellect. Moment you have an emotional dependence, obviously the other factors are already working in you. Because of that emotional dependence, we have a selfishness. That selfishness makes the entire world a utility, a consumership enters into your mind. You don't see the other person, your relationship, your things and objects as if they are contributing to your life. Computer is contributing to my life. I'm not a consumer of this computer. So that will give you an understanding that whether I'm living in delusion or I'm not living in a delusion. You have a house with 10 bedrooms, and suddenly you fell in your house. Now you are in a hospital bed. That 10 bed has no utility. Are you getting it? You have to be very tough on the delusion in your mind. So selfishness leads to consumership. You break all these factors. Oh, let me contribute. This computer is contributing to my profession. I have a sense of gratitude. Do you see that? Do you see? Now, I don't have a sense of gratitude towards a smartphone, then I have an emotional dependence. Anytime it budges and it attracts me, it is an obsession. One guy left for a retreat in Mexico. He says they don't allow the smartphone, but you will keep thinking about the smartphone during the entire retreat. What is the benefit? Oh, yes, yes, so I have a habit. It is very hard to break the habit. Why it is hard to break the habit? Because of consumership. That sense of consumership paralyzes my intellect. And when it paralyzes the intellect, blame, complaint, reaction, anger, hesitation, they will house me in my life. These are the 6 factors. Seventh, I said, then from one desire, we move to the other desire. And that is what is the world is suffering. As a seeker, I told you that when you start thinking, speaking, and acting in daily life, normally not as a teacher, but just pass on the suggestion as a thought. Oh, I suggest you. Can you reflect on that? I reflected on it. It helped me. On the other side, you are applying these principles. It is going to change your behavior and attitude. And when your near and the dear ones tell you, oh, you have changed a lot. Okay. Don't don't have an ego about it. Keep on changing. Because if one notices that you are changing, you have changed a lot, obviously it is a testimony that we are becoming a higher level of a seeker. And the second group I have already told you in one word, it is the satsang. It is the satsang. And if you see the third group, that will tell you some issue comes up in your family, there are issues of tension, and there the mind lives in wisdom. You come out intellectually, you are reflecting on the problem, you are presenting it. That is what is the third group. Third group, it is not that oh, I have prepared a note and let me look at it. No, it is living in your head. Are you getting it? It is living in your head. Third realization, mind lives in wisdom. And you instantly recognize you have to go back how the 7 factors of the body make me crazy. I am the body. Body mind complex. We have heard about a lot about it. I'm the body mind. No, I'm not the body mind complex. Outer change is not required. You have to settle into your intellect into that. Outer change is not required. I have to bring about a change from inside. My behavior and attitude should come from inside first. Manifestation of that consciousness. That is why I picked up that topic. Light manifestation through the bulb, air manifestation through the fan, coolness manifestation. It is only a manifestation. Eyes cannot see, ears cannot listen without the help of the I want to know that consciousness, that I, which says, I see you, I hear you, I'm talking to you. What is that I? I see you, it means I'm not my eyes. Understand that. Understanding this law. And then comes the fourth group. You remember because you have realized you have undergone a change in your life. And then it becomes simply a remembering, revising, recognizing. And gradually these principles settles into your mind. At present, the delusion is settled, selfishness is settled, consumership is settled. They are replaced by. And you will see that mindfulness or state of the meditation remains with you all the time. We started this text. The first text says, Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam. Bhaj. Sing, sing, and sing. What to sing? These four groups. Sing in your mind. Means singing means what? That, oh, I remember. We are not a singer, but sing. Yeah, sitting in a restroom and you remember, oh, I remember my delusion is gone, my anger and hesitation is gone because I have understood. Anger comes out because of the desire, because of the consumership, hesitation is because of the selfishness because of the intellectual paralysis, because of the emotional dependence, because of the attachment, and long list. You instantly, it becomes very clear to you. You have to, these are the sessions to bring about a tremendous change in our life, a transformation in our lives. Sing also means the intellect has its power of discernment and dispassion. It instantly recognizes, oh, that's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Why I'm okay? I am settled in the wisdom. I'm settled in the wisdom. So you will recognize as you start living in these four groups and keep on singing in your mind what is going to happen. You will recognize that equation will become alive in your life. Oh, I I fulfilled this desire, and there are sub desires needs to be entertained, and you have a big smile on your laugh and on your face, and sub desires you pick up the sub desires which you divide into the need and a delusion. So you fulfill the need. Plumber is required. In the house you bought a house. Okay, you bring it. Oh no, now this faucet. And then you go to the Amazon and the faucet costs you $2,000, which you like it, you fall into delusion. I can tell you, I instantly pick up the moment anyone makes a statement and I say, okay, I got it. I don't to reveal it, but I talk indirectly. That how dare you can sleep carry in my session. See that? Your mind becomes more and more aware listening to these principles. You are not feeling sleepy. The knowledge awakens you. So the problem, you see that entertained. You have to understand, my friends, it is easy. It is not a big task at this stage. You have to live into those. Internally, you are living into these principles and you are ready to share your thoughts of wisdom as a suggestion, as if you are gossiping casually, not as a teacher. Don't refer me also that I learned in the beginning. Unless people start feeling that your behavior has changed, your attitude has changed. Otherwise, you'll fall into another problem. And there is another way to recognize. Do you still remember RTT? Instantly you remember RTT. And you find out, oh, this is the point of a delusion. Pleasure is seeking. Pleasure seeking. RTT. Rati, Tripti, and Thusti. Pleasure in possession, pleasure in food, and pleasure in sensuality. It is not there. Your intellect is 100% clear that pleasure is not there outside. So singing here means that I am aware, I recognize. I recognize it is not there. So singing, it's like a metaphor. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja. Sing, sing, sing. So here, that real self is replaced as a Govindam. Govindam is the name of the Krishna. Krishna is known as the God or the master teacher, the originator of yoga meditation. To be symbolizes. Bhaja Govindam. Huh? Sing the name of that Govinda. Again, remember, we have yet to find the Krishna. I told you in the very beginning. So it has nothing to do with religion, dogma, cult, belief. It's very clear. It should be very clear in your head. Why you remember Einstein? So I remember Krishna. Look at those scientists, who loves Einstein and Newton. It is God for them. So Krishna is a God for me. My master is a God for me. But on the journey, there are many challenges are still ahead. What are those challenges? My past impressions. They returned with a particular behavior. You see, say, for example, we both have been living together for many, many years, and every time, every time you have checked a particular behavior of mine, and you get upset over it. Oh, again, you did the same thing. So even after having that wisdom, we have those unwanted, undesirable behavior, attitude, expression. They pop up from the deep impressions we have gathered and accumulated in our head. What to do for that? So the master says here in the 30th verse, pranayam pratyahar nitya anitya viveka vicharam japya sameta samadhi vidhanam. 5 set of practices should be included in the meditation. We have included in that meditation. Now you will realize how I designed this practice of meditation that you have been learning. What is to be included? Pranayama. We normally say the breathing, breath work, etc. We will understand. Second is pratyahara. Pratyahara is also known as dhamma. Dhamma is also known as, we'll talk in detail in the following sessions, but just to give you the name. Pratyahara normally means the withdrawal of the sense organ from their respective object. It's a typical language, I do not understand. Do you do fasting? Yes. That is also pratyahara. So now media fasting, social media fasting, phone fasting, honey fasting, that is pratyahara. We will understand it so that it becomes very clear to you. I think Jerry and Brandy knows about pratyahara, the word pratyahara coming from yoga. But basically, I have to learn how to do the phone fasting, social media fasting. I have to recognize the very attachment of my mind by habit, and then I have to do the fasting of that. So we are going to add into the practice of this meditation. So pranayama is one, pratyahara is the second, third is the viveka. Viveka means the discerning intellect. We have to do the practice. Do my eyes see, or there is something behind that sees? Is the electricity just a light? No, it is not a light. Light is a manifestation. Discerning intellect. Discerning intellect. So I have to practice. So we will work on that. Third, and the fourth practice is the japa. I have added the moment of the japa. I said, without touching the finger, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. You see how I've designed the. Look at this teacher. He did not guide us to include these practices in the very beginning. Why? I did not have that clear understanding. You see, the method of teaching of these great masters, they have a different. And the fourth one is the meditation, the higher meditation. So the higher meditation, the japa part, discerning intellect, pranayama, and pratyahara. So I have added pratyahara directly, indirectly. I'll be adding directly. And the japa, I'll be adding more into these meditation, into the meditation practice that we have been doing it. So this is the 30th verse. Pranayama, pratyahara. Pratyahara, I just remember a simple way. Pratyahara, phone is the object. I see it through my eyes. So phone fasting, what it means. It is budging, I'm not going to lift it. Come what may. Media fasting. If the maid is causing the trouble, Terry, then maid fasting. Honey is causing the trouble, then honey fasting. That is the pratyahara. Philosophically, intellectually, we understand, oh, yes, withdraw the senses from the objects. I'll make it very simple. So that is, and pranayama has two great benefit. One is that it gives you a remarkable focus. Second, it removes the veil of delusion from the mind. So now our goal should be doing the pranayama to remove the veil of delusion and to get the remarkable focus. Byproduct will come, benefit, your breathing and oxygen concentration. Also use the benefits what we have been talking about. But according to the Eastern wisdom, these two benefits are there. And the japa keeps your mind always within. So you learn how to move from inside to outside. And discerning intellect drops that delusion. So that is what we are going to learn in following sessions. Close your eyes, my friends. Close your eyes. Stage number 1. So understand why I'm saying stage number 1, so that you will remember. Stage number 1 is passive, and the semi-passive or semi-active steps are there. Place of the body, it's very easy. Position of the body, easy for you. Why easy for you? Because now you live into those principles at a higher level of awareness and attention. You have been doing these practices for many, many, many times. You have done it. The posture is there. Position of the body, place. You are just you casually become aware of the space outside the articles and the people, if there is anyone with whom you are doing the practice. And then being comfortable. Being comfortable. You see, all are passive steps. What is the meaning of the passive step? You shift your attention from outside to inside. Why you shift your attention from outside to inside? RTT. Mind continues to have an idea, image, impression, memory of the pleasure outside. The way you are sitting comfortably, it says because of the cushion. I bought it yesterday, which costed $200, makes me sit comfortably. I can tell you this delusion will continue to chase you until you are realize the real self. It is not going to leave us, but they are very subtle and we can play with them. And then being comfortable and being carefree. You see the stage one, I'm simply telling you the name of the steps and you are there. And Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, that also comes under the stage number one. Remember these words, all the words clearly: place, position, posture, being comfortable, being carefree, and then Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. I'm saying it loudly for the sake of understanding. Gradually, you should remember this mantra by heart. What happens? You non-verbally, you have to live into that. May there be happiness for all. Your mental consciousness expands from you, from happiness to happiness. It happens. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham. May there be peace for all. Non-verbal. You know, your awareness moves from inside to outside now. That peace. So if the anger is moving from inside to outside, obviously result will be the anger. Peace is moving from inside to outside. The peace will definitely be there in me, at least in me. Sarvesham Puranam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Puranam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Puranam Bhavatu. You see the importance? The way the Master guided us to this journey. Sarvesham Puranam Bhavatu. May there be completeness in all. Wholeness, holiness. I am complete in myself. When I have a point of awareness inside, delusion is gone. Delusion exists on RTT. Completeness means not only peace but also happiness. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. So the stage number one is gone. If I don't follow the stage number one of these steps, it will not work in any case. Normally, we talk a lot about meditation, but our mind has to follow this sequence. And the second step, rise in awareness by active steps. So we rise in awareness. Just think, if I have a tremendous focus, focus is rise in awareness or fall in awareness? It's rise in awareness. Result of pranayama is focus. So here, focus does not mean that I have to make an effort. I have to rise in awareness by the pranayama. Second is, I remove the part of the delusion. Why? Because I get a sense of blankness, I get different sensation, I get different experiences. Understand, be very clear. Don't get fooled by the modern literature. They are not going to help you. As a byproduct, you can talk oxygen concentration increases and lot physiological change. Yes, yes, it happens. It happens for you as a seeker. And now, so you are looking where you are looking. You are looking inside the forehead. You remember, it is not only the breathing practice. It is much more than that. You maintain the awareness of stillness in the body. You are aware of the space inside the forehead. You are dropping Om Shanti. And the fourth part is that you start breathing into the rib cage. So we are using both pranayama and the pratyahara both. Oh, now you see that I used to add. So we will we will understand it separately. It is required now at this stage. Continue breathing, quick and short breath into the rib cage, because you keep your mind on the object in the space, and that object is the Om. The mind is known will not be engaged on imagined objects in the mind. Are you not doing pratyahara? So now you see, when you understand it, it takes you to a higher level of awareness. Please continue doing it. Resistance, you remember, I think, I believe so. If there is any resistance, recognize it, endure it, so that your mind enjoys the joy of doing it. Oh, joy of doing it? Very good. And when the joy of doing is there, that is what we want to achieve. Even if I'm doing it for 5 minutes or 10 minutes on any given day, it is going to help you. Continue breathing deep, quick and short breath through both the nostrils into the rib cage. Expansion and contraction of the rib cage is there. Breathing, quick and short breath into the rib cage, understanding. Resistance, endurance, joy of doing, joy of being. I told you, you remember now. And I'll leave it. Just check it, how the mind moves from the active breathing to a passive breathing. There lies the secret of pratyahara. Pratyahara is just not an academic discussion, an intellectual understanding. So that is why I used to say what I said. Pay attention to the flow of the breath. Do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. In the previous step, the mind was active on the breathing. It was regulating the chest breathing through the mind. Now it is not regulating. Now the mind flows with the breath. And then another tantra aspect I said, be aware of the flow of the breath. If they are equal, wonderful. If they are not, that too is wonderful. Pay attention to the flow of the breath which is not equal. And in that state, you realize the mind is not going anywhere. If it is not going anywhere, it is not picking up any object, are we? That is another practice we say sama. So sama and dhamma both are happening at the same time. And now we will follow another semi-active step in the stage 2. Yeah, that is what we say the nyasa. Start breathing deep, silent, slow. First, you inhale into the belly. Then you inhale, continue to inhale into the rib cage. You exhale from the belly, from the rib cage. The breath is your car. Body of the car is our body. Mind is the driver under the control of the intellect. So the mind is aware that you are breathing deep, silent, and slow, but the intellect is aware that it is really deep, silent, and slow. Your mind is not distracted anywhere. How to do that? That is what? As you inhale, moving the mind from the top center of the head to the tailbone. Exhalation from the tailbone to the top of the head. So where I am the Om Shanti. So every time you inhale, mentally you are singing with the breath and the mind moving into the spine. Om Shanti. Shanti ends at the tailbone during inhalation. Om begins during exhalation at the tailbone and ends at the top center of the head. So we are engaging the mind. We are singing, we are adding the emotion, we are moving the mind along the line of the spine. We are gaining the focus. So I added all the aspects. These type of the steps are often frequently found in higher journey of the tantra. Don't take tantra as a only which is very famous in US in a different way. Shanti. Om Shanti. So you find a perfect sing of Om Shanti, movement of the mind, breathing, your inhalation, exhalation, your expansion and contraction of the belly and the rib cage. What a great state you will be in. So this also comes, you can say, I'm doing pranayama. Yes, you have to get rid of that obsession that, oh, that is a breath of fire and that is a breath of purification. Every breath is a breath of purification. Those are primary practices. Those people, mm, Shanti, and you're doing Om Shanti, so that is japa also. You see how I added all those aspects? Rise in awareness also. Shanti. And now leave this, we will move to the third stage, going beyond the mind. And there we will first drop the Om Shanti part. Om Shanti on the 16 segments of a finger. Om Shanti. And that is a check and examination. What? That is an examination that is my mind and the sense organ working together? Is my mind not pushing the sense organ to go outside? That is why you are doing. So you know what is happening. You know what you are doing. It is very important. And if you know what you are doing consciously, you are being a teacher to yourself. I am an odd man. Teachers in the Eastern wisdom, they constantly believe that they are the odd men in your evolution. But yes, in the beginning, continue, continue, my friends. Om Shanti, you are dropping, you are feeling the sensation. I did not explain it, that all the senses are living within the mind. The mind with the tongue saying Om Shanti, and the mind goes there at the first segment because you are not speaking loudly. Same thing, mind's ear, mind's touch, mind's skin. And now leave this looking, moving the mind into the cave of your heart, triangle, pointing upward, equilateral, dropping, moving the mind on the side of a triangle, clockwise and anti-clockwise, dropping Om Shanti, checking consciously that you are able to sync. Mind is not moving anywhere on any foreign thought, feeling, sensation. So you get a flash of kind of an absorption already. And when you get that flash, you can move the mind deep inside the cave of your heart, singing Om and watching mind seemingly stops. Shanti, absorption, doing nothing. So you see that going beyond will happen by doing nothing. If you do something, ego is there. How can you transcend? The mind is there. So I have done the three stage approach, and then we will. So once you understand this three stage approach and you start doing it, then we will add more. My friends, continue the journey. You are almost in a state of doing nothing. Sometimes the mind flies to object. It's okay. It's a part of the journey. We need not to worry about it. You return again to the triangle, sink, and then again. I remind you that when you are doing the meditation by the audio, and when you reach to the last step, and audio will conclude this session, but you don't conclude. Keep an half an hour window and see that how longer mind remains absorbed. That will help you to progress speedily. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Do you remember the each Shanti? One for the unknown sources I have yet to know. Second is the known. Third is within me. Oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. How are you, Terry? Did you sleep? No, I don't hear you. Yes.
No, I did not. I did not. My in the I don't know. I'll try. In the talk,
Yeah.
the things that you mentioned, fasting.
Oh, yeah. Media instead of
I
food.
don't have media. I hardly, most of those things that we talk about, I don't have them very much
Yes, you don't have them. You don't.
anyway. So how do I give them up?
You have other issues. Maid fasting.
Meaning I
Maid
should,
does something wrong, and you do the fasting,
which is what?
which is what the maid makes you crazy. You don't get crazy.
Oh, that's a fast.
That
Okay,
is okay.
that was my question.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because she doesn't use the phone and other social media.
I mean,
Then
I have one, but I'm not one of these people all day,
I
and
will talk about it. There's a lot of fasting and under that comes under the practice of pratyahara. I will make you aware of that.
okay.
Beautiful. How are you, Stephen?
Thank you. Really good. Today was just absolutely effortless. Every stage of the practice, and I was completely absorbed from start to finish. Struggled to come back. I know you said to sit maybe 30 minutes afterwards. I was like, should I do that now? Because I really don't want to come out of this. So that was great.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That is the way it should be done. How are you, Jerry and David?
You want to go first? Thank you, sir. The lesson was really good for me today. What I took away from it is being a contributor in all aspects of our life. And I think if we look at even what we would perceive as bad or not great situations, if we look at those as a contribution, I think we have a sort of a whole mindset shift that occurs. So that's what I got from the lesson. And then my meditation was very deep, and I just had that sort of view on being a contributor in every aspect of it. So thank you.
Beautiful. One thing is very clear. I think I covered that last year in the field in the topic of yasna, which I'm covering in the Danish sessions. The moment we have a feeling that we are a contributor, life moves smoothly. But when I'm a consumer, I want to grab. So all the 9 factors returns to my mind. You're right. So meditation will go smoothly because of that mind maintain that state of awareness of being a contributor during the practice. Beautifully said. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I'm good. Thank you. Yeah, with the lesson, my mind went right to the idea of the consciousness when manifested through the eyes. The eyes see everything clearly, not as they might want to see it. So the mind doesn't get involved. It just sees and accepts. And then the ears hear clearly.
Yeah.
So the knowledge then is assimilated clearly, not with any judgment or resistance. And then our voice is also the truth, the consciousness manifested through that. And then the heart as well, the compassion, kindness. So it just made it seem very simple.
Beautiful. Your mind immediately picked up this. This is what our masters have been asking that, I gave an example, light manifest. Light is not electricity. Current is not electricity. Cooling is not electricity, but all use electricity. So all use electricity means what? They are the instruments. Pen is an instrument, car is an instrument, smartphone, that we lose sight of in our daily life. Why? Because of the 9 factors. Again, I'm relating it because of the 9 factors. So my search is that entity, that consciousness, which is behind the mind, which is behind the senses. Beautifully said. How are you, Dennis?
Thank you. My meditation was very calm, very peaceful, comfortable. There was the recognition of the thoughts, recognition of the mind who generates and processes these thoughts, and also the recognition that I'm separate from all this stuff.
Beautiful. The moment I feel the separate, means that now electricity is separate from the bulb. Electricity is separate from the fan. Electricity is separate from all its instruments. Instruments manifest it. So what I'm that? I'm not an instrument. That's a beautiful way to say it and to experience this. How are you, Brandy?
I'm good, thank you. My meditation was good, despite the fact that I had a lot of distractions. Like if somebody's cutting out down a tree outside an open window, and the dog is barking really loudly. The washing machine. Pardon me?
Dog fasting.
Yes, I will be after that. As soon as I'm done with meditation, I will be out of the situation with the dog. I love the dog, but yeah, I was still surprised that I could find that quiet space. And I, like David, I also liked what you mentioned in the lesson. My interpretation was the subtlety of the contribution. When you go out and you're with your people, just bring what, like there's a car alarm going off now, like bring what you've absorbed through the practice into the situation, and let that be the change. Yeah.
Yes, into the situation, into everyday life, in your relationship. And you rightly said, and let me simplify it. You said it's a very subtle level. From there, the idea, the thought of a contributor comes. That is what you wanted to say. But if I make it very simple, I am simply saying you think intellectually. You think in your mindset that in what way I'm going to contribute to your life, to relationship, not to consume. You think and find the way and do it. So that subtler awareness becomes a very pragmatic and practical in your life. How are you, Christina?
I'm well, thank you. I have been writing down all of the RTTs and taking mental note, and I'm noticing longer periods of peace and happiness within. And so I like the fasting concept. It reminds me of I stopped drinking coffee maybe a year ago, and I never thought that was possible. And so it makes me think, oh, it's much more possible to let go of the external seeking.
Yes. Fasting, I use the word fasting. It makes people easily understand. Normally, fasting pertains to our digestive system only. No. It can be applied anywhere. You go to the mall and you start staring at someone, maybe because of many reasons. Eyes fasting. So you remember, oh, bring the eyes back where I am. And it helps. Beautiful. Yes. How are you, Vaibhav?
Thank you, sir. Sir, I'm good. Sir, first, this fasting point, it lets me realize that it's by this I can drop my distractions and be
Yes,
focused.
yes.
And the other is being contributor. When I'm consumer, I stop thankful to things which I get. I only look for things which I want in life,
What a
and
beautiful.
this way I'll don't acknowledge that what I have already have. So this will this is a point to recognize that.
Beautiful reflection. Did you all hear this? You see, that is why we are sharing the experiences. Beautiful. In consumption, in being a consumer, my focus is on the object or a relationship with an attachment, with an intellectual paralysis. But if I'm a contributor, it changes the entire perception in my head. I rise in awareness. It's a beautiful way. Can you repeat it again, Vaibhav?
So when I'm a consumer, then I forget to thankful to those things which I get, which I already having, and only look for things which are which I'm not having and which I want in my life. But when I'm a contributor, I always say thankful to things which I have. So it will change a mindset.
And also what I'm getting from you, what I'm getting from the computer, what I'm getting. Oh, this computer, can I be a contributor? Computer is a contributor to my life. That's how I'm able to survive, by giving the lessons and getting the money. Do I have that? Or should I use the computer as my consumer? So my computer, the world is separate from me. I become selfish. It's a beautiful way. Thank you very much to everyone. That is all. We will meet again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.